All right, shalom, and good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Brother Randy here. Uh, I wanted to do a video talking about something that is very important, something that's very important. And that topic is dealing with the simple, elegant, and very clear concept of the fruits of the Spirit. When we're dealing with spiritual forces, when we're dealing with religious forces, when we're dealing with people in society today, whether it in the faith or in your normal daily interaction in life, we need to understand how we need to be behaving and acting as people, and how you know that the fruits of the Spirit that was talked about in Galatians and that the Messiah talked about is being manifested is how you do these things in your daily life. You know, me and the brother, and we were talking about Mark 16:17, and clearly it says, "In my name they shall cast out devils, they shall speak in tongues." However, also, the Messiah clearly said that, don't you do all these miracles in my name, and yet you're still workers of iniquity? And that's what we have going on here today. See, when you look amongst the churches, when you look amongst the people, and we're talking about power, we're talking about casting out devils, which I do and I know how to do, and I've been taught by taught ones to do, laying hands on the sick. These are not things that you're going to do on a daily basis. Do you understand what I'm saying? You're not going to do these things necessarily on a daily basis, especially if you are living a set-apart life and you're not bombarded with all of these spirits. See, out here, when you're living a set-apart life, you're not bombarded with all these spirits of fear, doubt, oppression, depression, envy, jealousy. You can't do that because the environment that you've put yourself in is not conducive to those spirits. See, when you are living out in the city and when you're living amongst the heathen and the pagan, all of these spirits give grounds to attack you. But when you are amongst Yah's sheep, Yah's sheep, that's spoken about in Proverbs, it clearly talks about the idea that when you are around his sheep, when you are around your brothers and your sisters, and you are walking in one mind and one spirit, there are fruits of the Spirit that should be manifested on a daily basis. When we look at the churches again, we have the Pentecostals who cast out devils, who heal the sick. We have the Apostolic Church. I know churches now, and I know people in those churches now that claims to have had a man in a wheelchair, a whole lot of people in wheelchairs get up and walk. Now, I've never seen that before in the Hebrew Israelite. I've never seen men get up out of a wheelchair and walk and leap like the Apostle Saul and them saw at the gate called Lovely. I've never seen a dumb person be cast out of a spirit of dumbness. I've never seen an autistic person or an autistic child be healed. But these apostolics, they have the testimony and they've done it. I've never seen a person, a blind person, be healed, or a person that was leper. I've never seen it. In my 5 years of being a part of the Hebrew Israelite faith, I've never seen it personally. And I know of people who are suffering from autism, that's suffering from the dumb spirit, that is suffering from sicknesses that haven't been healed and have gone on to the Most High. Yeah. Uh, yes, it is important to do these things. Absolutely, because the Messiah did say it. However, he did say that these people, some of these people that did do these things were workers of iniquity. They were workers of iniquity. He said, I never knew you. And you know why he said that? Because they did not exemplify the fruits of the Spirit talked about in Galatians. Love, long suffering, peace, joy, kindness, gentleness, faith, meekness. Are those not the fruits of the Spirit? How do we know if somebody's operating in the fruits of the Spirit? We know because this is how they operate with fellow Israelites or fellow people on a daily basis. And what we got going on today is we have hypocrisy. We have hypocrisy to the zenith because if you truly love Yah sheep, if you truly say that you are brother, sister, deacon, bishop, elder, pastor, evangelist, all of these titles, husband, wife, son, daughter, then the fruits of the Messiah, the fruits that he spoke about, love, joy, peace, long suffering, meekness, gentleness, faith, joy, should manifest in your life on a daily basis with fellow Hebrews and fellow Israelites, because this is what I believe. Because this is what I read in the book. The fruits of the Spirit are. It is all of these things. Depart from me, you workers of iniquity. And this is why I personally believe that the power of Yah is not truly being manifested the way it should. Because we have hypocrisy. Because when you watch people in function, they do not represent and exemplify those spirits in their life when they interact with their fellow brother. Sure, do we all fall short? You know, it's important. I'm a man, right? And clearly you see from my videos that I have successes and I have failures. I have ups, I have downs. There's things that I do and I'm not successful at, and I share those failures, and I share the successes as well, all to hope and edify you out there. I hold nothing from you. That is to hold nothing from you. To be transparent and be is fully disclosing as I can. Not be a hypocrite, not be one way on the camera and another way off the camera. See, anybody that knows me knows that I don't put on a change, that what you see in this camera is the same way I am off camera. I don't change because this is a hypocritical spirit when I put on a certain No. It needs to be about love, peace, joy, long suffering, meekness, kindness, gentleness, faith. And it needs to manifest in your daily life. Yah is not to be mocked. Being out here and tending the sheep, and as I see how they move in one mind and one spirit. You see how they all move together? I'll be out here for hours on end, and I'll be watching the flock. And the flock will begin to move, and you have one sheep that's behind, and I'm looking at the area that sheep is feeding on, and it's plush big grass. I mean, it's big grass, and that sheep will leave that plush grass to go on the greener pastures, to find greener pastures to feed on, because they're in one mind and one spirit. I mean, you see them, right? You see, they're in one mind, one spirit. This is how I know, because I practice this in function, and I live this thing in function, because I'm a shepherd. This is what I do. I tend to sheep. And first that which is natural, then that which is spiritual, and you must be born again. Was I in the book? Was I in the book? I believe I was. Because Dawid clearly said, I shall hide thy word in thy heart, so that I might not sin against thee. Hopefully I was able to say something that was edifying, that brought clarity. In my personal studies, being the Berean that I am, doing my own due diligence and independent research and finding out what the book has to say on these matters. He also said that I will send you out as sheep amongst wolves. And this is what we got going on here. We have wolves in sheep's clothing. Remember, by their fruit you shall know them. Love, joy, peace, temperance, long-suffering, faith. These are the fruits of the Spirit. If the Spirit of Yah reside in you, I can look at your life and your manner of life, and it tells me everything